Good morning, Year 3 and Year 4. It's Mrs. Martin here, ready to take you through another writing lesson. So, in your exercise books, can you please write for me the date and the LO, which is today, to plan an animal cinquain poem. After that, can you please see what you can remember about cinquain poems and what they need to include? We've all had a lovely, relaxing weekend, I hope, so you may have forgotten over the weekend what a cinquain poem includes. Perhaps you could have a look back through your notes in your English book and see if you can remind yourself. Okay, pause the video here for me and write the date and LO. And of course, like every other lesson, we have got our story map here. So if you would like to, you can pause the video and have a practice of your story map now. See if you can remember what happened on each line. Okay, let's see how many of those things you can remember from when we were poem detectives. Now, a cinquain poem always has 5 lines. Each line of the poem develops the subject of the first word. So if my first word in my poem was chocolate, the rest of my poem is going to have to be about chocolate as well. The lines are always central on the page, giving it a diamond shape, and that's what we practiced doing on Friday, setting out our lines that look like a diamond in shape. Then we looked at how each line had a different purpose. Our first line was our subject, almost like our title again. The second line, our description, some adjectives describing it. Our third line was some actions, so some verbs we might associate with it. Our fourth line was that feeling, so a 4-word phrase that we felt summed it up. And then lastly, in our fifth line, we had a conclusion or a synonym, so a word that meant something similar to our title. Now today, we are going to write a cinquain about an animal. So it's up to you entirely which animal you would like to write your poem about. I put a few pictures on here to give you a few ideas. You can either choose one of these pictures, or of course, you can choose your own animal as well. Now, if you're in Fox's class, I'm sure you will be able to guess what animal I have chosen. This, badgers and otters, is my favourite animal, and I'm always talking about them in Fox's class. My favourite animal is, of course, a pig. So I'm going to write my poem all about pigs. Now, just to give me some ideas on pigs before I write my poem, I'm going to watch this video here, which I've put onto our daily timetable, so you can watch it as well and see where my ideas come from. Now, when it comes to doing your own animal, you might decide that you want to watch a clip of your animal. Perhaps you could ask an adult to help you search a clip of your animal so that you can get some really good words to describe it. Pause the video here for me and have a watch of this video all about pigs. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. I have to say, I think pigs are the cutest, most intelligent animal out there, and I would love a pet pig one day, but we will have to see if I'm lucky enough to get that. Okay, on to our planning then. So I'm going to plan my whole poem, first of all, and then at the end, you're going to have some time to go and plan your poem. So, line 1 is my subject. What was my poem going to be about? What would make a good title? Well, of course, my poem is going to be about pigs. So I'm going to have pigs as my subject and also as my title. On to line 2. This is where I want my adjectives to describe the pigs. Now, hopefully after watching that video, you might have some adjectives as well. You might have some different adjectives than I do because I'm a bit biased towards pigs. I think they're very cute. and very friendly and cuddly. So my adjectives might be a little bit different to yours. I have thought of the adjectives intelligent, cute, pink, huge, smelly, and pungent. Now, pungent means the same as smelly, but I thought that it was a more impressive word to use within my poem because it's a bit more precise. While pigs are smelly, pungent shows that they've got a really strong smell, which is slightly unpleasant. And as much as I love pigs, they definitely do have that smell. So these are all my adjectives to describe the pigs. On to the actions, any verbs that we can think of which remind us of pigs. Have a pause here for me and see if you can think of any verbs. I wonder if you thought of any of the ones that I have come up with. I thought of snorting, hunting, sniffing, sloshing, splashing, rolling, trotting, exploring. All of these were words I thought of when I was thinking about pigs. Okay, on to line 4 then. So line 4 is our feeling. What feeling do we get when we think about pigs? Now remember, this line has got to have how many words in it? Well done if you remembered, it's got to have 4 words in it. So it's a 4-word phrase. I thought of a couple of 4-word phrases. Perhaps you might think of some different ones. So the phrases that I thought of were rolling around in mud and eating the whole day. They were 2 things that definitely reminded me of pigs. And line 5 is a conclusion or a synonym. So I was trying to think of a different word I could use instead of pigs. The words that came into my mind were hogs, sometimes wild pigs are called hogs, or swine as well as a different word that people use to describe pigs. So they were my 2 synonyms. Okay, that's enough of me talking now. It's over to you. So it's your turn to plan today a cinquain poem all about an animal of your choice. So I'd like you to set your planning out like this for me. So at the top, you're going to write for me what your animal is that you have chosen. And then you're going to write down all of your ideas for the different lines. So what subject is your poem going to be about? What description, what adjectives? Then you're going to write all of those verbs, all of those actions, your 4-word feeling or phrase, and then finally your conclusion, your synonym. So pause the video here for me and have a go at planning your animal poem. Hopefully you have come up with lots of fantastic vocabulary for your poem, and we will use that on Wednesday in our English lesson to create our next cinquain poem.